So dear students, today we will see how to solve the problems or questions based on single cycle implementation. So let us look at some already solved problems. So here you can see a question. Name each component, name each data bus stage and explain its functionality. So this is already done in our class. Again we are explaining because some students were still not clear. So this is a detailed diagram. So these are the stages: instruction fetch, decode and register read. So the decoding stage is the one which generates the control signals for the next coming fields. So decoding and register read are happening almost parallelly. So execute, maybe it will be an ALU operation or memory access arithmetic, and then memory access is there followed by arithmetic. So why memory access is followed only by arithmetic? Because we need address. Address is calculated by the ALU. And last operation is write back the ALU result into the register. So let us explain this from the figure. So if you look at the data path, now they have compartmentalized each of the stages. So this part, that means this diagram, this part of the data path is responsible for PC updation. So what are the PC updations conditions? Either it will be a normal PC plus 4, or it could be a branch, or it could be a jump. So you have all those things considered here. So PC update, left shift concatenate upper 4 bits, and that is given to the PC logic, and you have the jump instruction selecting it. So this is another way of drawing. Just wanted you to show different ways of representing it. So instruction fetch, PC logic, decode register file, execute we mean by the ALU, then it goes to AL address, memory, data memory, and then so this is the control unit. So now this could be a question that can be asked. Add what are the control signals with respect to the thing. Now we know how to fill this table. So X means it's don't care. Now there's a simple numerical question given. So element register, so different elements are given and their delays are also given. So clock to Q, T setup, T multiplexer, T ALU. So each of the hardware unit has its own delay. You cannot expect the output immediately when the input is given. So it has to be processed. So there is a finite delay that happens before the output arrives after the input is being applied. So that delay is much important. That's what they have given. Clock to Q, T setup, T mux. So you can go back to the previous lecture or slides and you can find out what is this clock to Q delay, T setup, T mux, etc. And then you can solve this problem. Okay. So clock cycle should be greater than or equal to the whole value. So they are coming to 925 picoseconds. So clock rate is 1 by clock cycle, should be less than or equal to 1.8 gigahertz. See, T is greater than and F is less than. That's the way it is working, because T is 1 by F. So the relational operation becomes the opposite. So why is single cycle data path CPU inefficient? Not all instructions execute the same table path, not parallelized. Each component can be active concurrently. So how can you improve? The answer is pipelining. So just go through this page once again. I will scroll it down slowly, and the link is there already here, and I'll share it in the description also if you want to save it for future quick reference. Okay, thank you.